Hello! This is going to be a shorter update today because I have less than 30 minutes to get all my stuff finished packing up and downstairs to my car because I am checking out. If you have just come back and you haven't watched my last couple of sit-down coffee chat style videos, I have been in Waco, Texas on a writing retreat for myself. I got here Sunday evening, wrote Sunday afternoon, and I got, let's see, I can't see it from here because I don't have my glasses, but 5,500 words or so that first day. Wrote all day Monday, mostly at Magnolia Press coffee shop and here at the Airbnb, and I wrote just over 11,000 or just shy of 12,000 words. And then yesterday, no, not good at drum rolls. Yesterday, I spent the day at Fabled Bookshop, which is just right next door to this Airbnb. And it was the cutest like coffee shop, bookstore. Go check out my Instagram, but I will share in the vlog more of what this place looked like. It was so much fun. And I wrote just over 10,000 words. So my 3-day total is 27,065 words. And, you know, I came into this retreat with a slightly different attitude than what I've had to retreats in the past, because sometimes in the past when I have gone away to a retreat like this, I've thought about the cost, the expense, not only of money, but also the expense of being away from my kids, of my husband having to pick up all the extra parenting duties, of my fatigue levels, because it takes a lot of energy. Oh gosh, the lighting is so nice when the sun comes out like that. My energy levels for a prolonged period of time, because it takes a lot of stamina to write 10,000 plus words a day, at least for me it does. And so there are costs associated with this. And so I have often come into these retreats with that feeling of like, I have to make the most of it in order to balance out the massive costs of taking this time for myself, right? And I came into things a little bit different. And I think this is a product of sort of going into retreats in the past and feeling like I failed, and then logically understanding that it was ridiculous. I know nobody here on YouTube likes for me to ever use that word failed, so don't come at me in the comments, please. It's just a common word to describe when you don't live up to your goals, but I don't actually mean I felt like a failure. I just mean kind of like I let myself down, or I let my family down, because I had this big goal of 30,000 words and I only left with 15,000, right? And I understood logically in the past that 15,000 was a huge win. Like it was 15,000 words in 3 days or whatever. That should be celebrated. That's huge. But because it wasn't my big goal, it felt like it wasn't enough, right? And I was and have been historically very hard on myself. And part of the growth cycle of getting back to the joy of my writing, having been through a hell of a lot over the past few years and having to grow beyond some of those beliefs about myself, I came into this retreat just thinking, I'm gonna go have some fun. I'm gonna dance. I'm not gonna push myself too hard. I'm gonna stop when I feel like it. I'm gonna watch some TV. I'm gonna read some books. I'm gonna go to some fun places. And I set for myself a sort of good, better, best goal. And I was, you know, I brought the two Hello Kitty Tokidoki rewards first, because I was coming into this with 5,000 plus words, almost 6,000 words before I got here. And so I thought I should definitely hit 10K in Nano, because if I can't write 5,000 over 3 days, I'm gonna be sad, but I won't be disappointed. I will do what I can do, and if I get rest and that's all I do, then that's all I do. But I thought, okay, certainly I'm gonna hit the 10K. That felt really achievable for me. And then I brought the second one because I thought, okay, if I can write another 10K, so 15K total over the 3 days, that will feel really good. And even though like past Sarah would have been disappointed with 15K over 3 full days because of the cost overall of taking this time to myself, I told myself, if I get to open that second reward box, I'm going to be over the moon happy. And then if I additionally get rest and have fun, it's worth it, right? But before I left, I thought I'm going to go ahead and grab that third one too, just in case I happen to write over 25,000 and I can open that third one. But I don't need to to be a success. I don't need to open any of these to be a success. I just need to listen to my needs, have some fun, share the journey on a fun YouTube journey, which that vlog will be coming tomorrow. If you've been missing the typing and the vlogs and everything, my computer would not handle those edits. So we're gonna revisit that tomorrow when I get back to my main editing computer. But I mean, as silly as it sounds, I'm really proud of myself because I didn't push beyond a level that felt healthy. I could have that, like last night I knew I was fading, but the night before I could have stayed up 2 more hours and pushed myself to keep writing, but I didn't. I was like, I'm gonna read a little bit, or I'm gonna watch an episode of Wednesday, and I'm gonna be happy with what I've done instead of pushing myself beyond. And that allowed me to get up yesterday and work. And I loved being at the coffee shop. I loved recording the footage. I chatted with the people who worked there. I just had a great time and I had fun. And as a result of that attitude and that openness to whatever comes out, I'm always going to be good enough and it's all right, resulted in the biggest writing retreat I've had probably since Evie was born. And that is a testament to me of how much balance between setting a goal that feels fun and achievable, but also allowing yourself to still be good enough, not place my self-worth on that number, regardless of what it is. I faced some times, like I talked about yesterday, where I was doubting myself. There were times where I literally was thinking, I don't want to edit this, so it's like a hiccup. There were times when I was literally thinking, maybe I just need to scrap this whole story. This is the worst. I'm the worst writer of all time. And those are normal thoughts, and they're not true thoughts. They're just thoughts of this is hard. And so I just kept going. If I felt those thoughts, I'd get up, get another coffee, get up, walk around, go check out a book, do whatever, and get back to it and keep moving forward. There are so many little notes in my current rough draft, or draft number 3, edits 3, where I have little notes to myself that it says, I know you think this is the worst, but just keep going. It's going to come together. Trust the process, stuff like that. It's like instead of being my own worst enemy when I was writing, I am very proud of myself, even more so than the word count. I'm so proud of myself because over the course of these 3 days, I became my own biggest cheerleader. And I really stepped into a joyful process, a fun process. I had a great time while I was here. I took care of myself. I took care of my mental health. I watched multiple episodes of TV. I started reading a book. I bought some books. I'm going to go get a cupcake. And I still achieved great things. And I think that it's just a process of my own growth. And I am gonna end the video here so that I can get out before I get in trouble. But thank you for being part of this journey. Thanks for listening to these little sit down chats. We will be back to regular vlogs tomorrow. And, I think it's a powerful thing to realize that we all have those self-doubts. We all have those moments when we feel like we let ourselves down, or we didn't quite hit the goals that we had been aiming for, or things didn't quite turn out the way that we wanted them to with a goal or a retreat or anything like that. We all have those times. We all have those times when we feel like it's not coming together, it's not worth it, we're not talented enough, and we just need to be careful that we don't let those moments of self-doubt pull us down. And sometimes we're even going to have outside people say, that's not good enough. That's not what I wanted to see on this video. That's not what I wanted from you. This isn't a good enough book. Like, we're still going to accept that criticism from the outside. And what I'm learning for myself is that the real truth of growth is to not only realize that despite that self-doubt and despite that criticism that's always going to come, there are always going to be people who have my back, and that I need to place myself in that crowd of people who always have my back. And as long as I always have my back, everything's going to work out. And I'm going to continue to achieve, even if I fall down and have to stand up, and fall down and have to stand up 1,000 times. I am going to cheerlead myself, and I'm always going to have my own back. And I haven't always done that in the past, so it feels like growth. All right, that is it for our day 7 update on day 8, and I will be back tomorrow with my full Waco, Texas writing retreat vlog. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. All my love to you. Safe travels if you've been out writing, and happy writing. I will talk to you soon. Bye.